I'll get the latest. Thank you, Harvey.
Bye, Greta.
Jail or no jail? That's the Paris Hilton question tonight. Let's bring in our legal panel. In New York, former Westchester County Judge and District Attorney Janine Pirro, and in Tampa, criminal defense lawyer Jeff Brown. Janine, I have a copy of the notice of appeal filed just a short time after the judge said you're going to get 45 days. What are the odds that the Paris Hilton's going to win her appeal and either have her sentence tossed out or reduced?
Slim to none, Greta. There is no basis for this appeal. And I have to tell you, as a former judge myself, you know, when I hear a defendant say, well, gee, I really didn't know what the sentence was or what the conditions of probation were, and try to pin it on my publicist, that would make me even angrier, because that signals to me that not only were you irrespective and irresponsive to my order, but you really didn't care in the first place to find out what it was. Here you've got someone convicted of driving under the influence, stopped by the police on a suspended license, not once but twice. You have an obligation at this point to make this woman responsible. She's no different than anyone else, and her publicity, her notoriety is no defense. Period. End of the story.
Jeff, I certainly don't have a lot of sympathy for someone who drives around in a car with alcohol and even with headlights off, although apparently that wasn't done at the same time. Nonetheless, I've made a few phone calls out to LA, and I am told that 45 days is far greater than what someone similarly situated would get. Someone usually gets anywhere from 5 to 10 days for this offense. She's going to be living in an 8 by 12-foot cell, wearing an orange jumpsuit, no cell phone, cold showers. The food is terrible for 45 days. Do you have any sympathy for her, or would you make an example out of her and give her 45 days as well?
Well, I mean, my point that I was going to make before this started was I wanted to know what the sentencing practice was for this particular judge, if this was in line with the sentencing. Now, as you've told us, it's usually 5 to 10 days. Yeah, I am concerned. It's hard to be sympathetic for her, though, because of her conduct and the things she said and the things her mom said. But the justice and the law is supposed to be above that. And so I expect that of our court, and I think the judge should have sentenced her accordingly as he has to others, and he should be blind. And I think the court should have been 5 to 10 days. 45 days, even when I first heard it, I thought was a lot.
Here's the catch, Jeff. Apparently she got more days on that end, but unlike most people, at least I don't know if it's true in California, but certainly here where I've practiced, is that she is allowed to surrender. She wasn't simply taken from the courtroom to the jail. So she got at least it would appear under our standards here, she got special treatment as to when she has to go to jail.
Yeah, but a suspended sentence. No. We have suspended sentences in Florida and in federal court all the time, and I don't see anything wrong with that. If that's the policy there, I think they should relook at that policy that you have to have them be taken in right away. I am concerned, though, that it is the 45 days. I do think that's a long sentence. I think that the more appropriate sentence would have been the 5 or 10 days and a lot of community service hours. I think that would have been really appropriate.
But, Jeff, the woman is convicted of driving under the influence. She gets the benefit of the doubt. She gets a suspended license and caught not once but twice. You know, people look up to her. People, and part of the basis or rationale.
That's not the reason to increase the sentence.
Let me finish my thought. Part of the reason behind sentencing is not just rehabilitation, but it's deterrence. Young girls look up to her, and they think that in that kind of life, there's no accountability, there's no responsibility. And as a judge, we send a message whenever